Hello, this is Tim Canadian Comic Hunter coming at you once again with another comic haul. All right. Just wanted to give a shout out to a couple people to start this haul off. It's been about a month since I did a haul. Been doing some contest videos and different things like that, but I haven't been really doing many hauls. Not in particular. Today's going to be a bit different. I wanted to show you some books that I've been picking up on the weekly. So some stuff I pick up weekly, and then going to show you some spec book, I guess, minor keys that you can look out for. Again, not speculation in the sense that they're going to make you money. It's just basically just things that you might not be aware of, or you might not be completely. Whatever, like on the search for at this point, or if it's not on your radar, maybe you can learn something from it. I don't know, we'll see. Anyways, to start off, I just wanted to say big shout out to two well, first off, there's a couple contests going on in the comic book community that I haven't entered yet, and that I just wanted to give a shout out to. So Comic Book Fever, hello. Yeah, he always has this intro, man. It's legendary. It's like, hello. Got the low voice. Anyways, yeah, so Comic Book Fever, he's doing his 200 subscriber, or 150, I'm not sure what the total of the he's at 200 subs right now, so that's pretty awesome. It's a great milestone for comic book collector and YouTuber. It's just kind of cool, and he's got a lot of good books he shows off every week. He gets the hauls out there, yeah, quite often. So definitely check out his stuff. So it's Comic Book Fever, and Comic Book Addiction is also having a contest. One of my favorites on YouTube. Like both these two YouTube channels, traditional hauls. They will talk about speculation sometimes, but they're not comic book stores. They're not top 10 lists. These are just genuine collectors. So just traditional YouTube channels, I guess, for that. There's a lot of top 10 lists out there. There's a lot of stores that have channels now. So those are always good for information. There's always good for, stuff that's available. So I have nothing against anyone's channel. So I just like to shout out some of the channels that are still traditional haul videos, if you know what I mean. Yeah. So and flipping out, but he doesn't have a contest going on. Flipping out is about 150 subs, so I just wanted to get him up there a little bit. So if you guys could sub up to some of these guys, check out their contest videos, check out their content and their channels. It's always good to support everybody in the community. So yeah, check it out, man. That would be Comic Book Fever, Comics Addiction, and flipping out. All right, I think I'm saying that right. Anyways. So we'll start off this haul with just some pickups that I've gotten recently. Stuff that's a little bit, maybe flying under the radar. Things that might have been hot a month or two ago that are no longer hot. And some things that are, maybe you don't know about. So first off, I'm going to show Stabity Bunny. This book was super hot at one point. I was able to get a nice copy for about $6. Give or take a few. It's got some issues, of course. Black cover, really hard to get in high grade unless you picked it off you picked it out of the shop the day it was coming out, or if it was put away for you. But definitely got dinged up on the sides here. You can see there's a little bit of issues, but Stabity Bunny #1, yeah, not too bad. This was basically a comic book pickup. I think I got a couple copies of this. Gus Finks does some artwork very similar to Nightmare Before Christmas's Tim Burton, so I really like his art style. Boogly Heads is I think it's a 3-part series from Devil Do Comics, so it's a little bit more expensive on the price range for us Canadians, and also I guess Americans, depending on where you're buying your comics from, because $4.50 price tag, but definitely a quality book, and if you like that Nightmare Before Christmas feel, you definitely should pick this up, or even Invader Zim, if you like. Let me think here. The Eek, if you remember that back in the day, or Johnny the Homicidal Maniac. So that's where I kind of like got a feel for it. That's why I kind of wanted to pick it up, because it kind of just had that feel of all those kind of comics. All right, so pretty cool. Boogly Heads #1. So it's just something I don't see in very many people's hauls anymore. Jenny Friesen covers from Wonder Woman. Just really love this cover. uh, Wonder Woman 2072. Didn't know what's going on in the thing, so once in a while I'll go through the preview magazine. I'll pick up these kind of comics that are cover buys, you know, talking about cover buys. X-23, Ashley Witter, final issue of the X-23 series is being rebooted for the Jonathan Hickman, House of X and Power of X storylines that are coming out. So a lot of the X-Men runs and all the X-Men runs are kind of going out right now. So just something to look out for if you're a cover collector. This, I think, has a lot of value just as an art piece. So if you're into that, definitely check this out, man. It's a really beautiful cover. Really enjoyed finding this one. Anyways, Guardians of the Galaxy. This is a Jeff Dakel cover, I think. Once again, or it's a Perel. I can't remember. Anyways, it's either Dakel or it's Gerard Perel. So anyways, Silver Surfer on the variant for the Guardians of the Galaxy #6. The issue is actually really good too. We flipped through it before I picked it up. Excellent. Won't tell you what happens, but something with Thanos. Check it out. Definitely a cool book to own. Donny Cates nailing it with that run also. So this is Red Sonja, Birth of the She-Devil. Now, a lot of, if you guys check CBSI and different kinds of speculation slash, informational comic book sites, they've been showing a lot of Lucio Perillo variants or covers for some of the older Red Sonja. But if you guys want to buy something that's a little more affordable and you're not looking for those harder to find Lucio Perillo books, definitely pick up her new run. He's doing, I think, cover A on a lot of his stuff. So this is just the first issue of that. Really awesome Red Sonja, Birth of the She-Devil, Lucio Perillo cover. All right. This is another artist that I really like is Alex Gardner. So I know it's very digital art, but this is Teen Titans 31, the variant B variant. Now remember, all those DC covers that you're getting now are going to be $1 extra. So something basically that I kind of had my pet peeve about. I kind of dropped a lot of my picking up of anything that's DC. Just don't like it when basically people take advantage of the fact that something's popular but I guess it's the industry, right? Like if they can make some money on something, they're going to make some money on something, even if it's $1 more. It's just harder and harder to buy comic books in large quantities if you're cover collecting, and they cost a little bit more. All right, so this is Catwoman number 12. Again, the art germ variant. Just a really, really cool art germ cover. It really reminded me of Adam Hughes' stuff, so had to pick it up. I've been collecting all the art germ run. I know the run's coming to an end. I think probably around 14 or 15. So if you haven't been collecting the art germ run, definitely, if you can find it, pick it up for cheap. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't been reading the Catwoman storyline too much, but I do like the cover art. So, and then I got this for cover also. New Agents of Atlas number 2. This is the first, I think, U.S. appearance of Swordmaster. Again, a lot of these new Agents of Atlas books, I just be wary about the secondary market on this one. It's a book I just don't think is going to hold value in the long term unless they really kind of jump on top of these characters that are kind of like Asian derived. But if you can find it for cover price, pick it up. I wouldn't be buying this thing off eBay. It's just not worth it. There's a second print coming out if you really want the first appearance of the characters, and I find some of the second prints are actually nicer than the first print covers. So if you see New Agents of Atlas coming out this week, number 4, it's awful. The cover looks horrible. Anyways, just my opinion. Just another book to look out for. It's a minor key. So anyways, on with the haul. All right, so back again. Just had to get another stack of books. Again, a lot of these books came from dollar bins. These are books that I've either found at LCSs for cover price. Nothing that I've paid way too much money for. So just some stuff to look out for, maybe stuff to collect. Okay, so, all right. So this next part is going to be about just different books that I picked up, maybe some spec stuff, maybe some not spec stuff. So we all know, or most of us know, that Dark Horse was, I think, picked up by Netflix. So some of the Dark Horse properties have been picked up. Nothing yet has been kind of like put out there. to be made into anything yet. Really, that's Dark Horse based. I don't think so, anyways. But from some most of the comics, it would be cool to see like a Hellboy series. I'd love to see that, man. Just like if you're gonna really go with Dark Horse, make a Hellboy TV series. That would be, I think that would be so great. But this is a character I think that has a lot of room still to go up. These comics greatest worlds were put out years ago for about $1. So please look out for these if you want to get a chance. There's a whole bunch of different ones. I think Barbed Wire was another one that's popular that became a movie in the 90s or in the 2000s. There's X. There's a bunch of other characters that I don't know. They all kind of look generic and weird. But, this was one that kind of stood out to me. Ghost kind of reminded me of Black Widow a little bit. Kind of reminded me of Vision mixed together. Definitely a character to look out for, and this is the first appearance of Ghost in a comic book, I think. This should be, anyways, according to everything that I've researched. So a book maybe to look out for, somebody that hasn't been picked up on speculation sites yet. So it's something to look out for, anyways. There's a buck comic. If you can find it for cheap, pick it up. I wouldn't pay too much more than $1 for it. V Wars, I think that was picked up for something. Picked this up for like $2. Again, not like it, there's some speculation on it. Didn't pay a lot for this. This is just there's a couple variants out there. There's a second print variant. I think there's a bloody variant too. I don't know. I don't think this is any bloody variant or whatever. This is just regular cover. So V Wars. Jim the comic. Jim's comics talked about V Wars. Anyways, that's the only way I heard about that one because I don't usually check out all the spec stuff for TV shows because some of it falls through. It's not always good to do that. So the next book I'm going to show is Black Hammer. Got this for $3.95 at a comic book shop. So it's the variant for Black Hammer. I think Black Hammer was also picked up by HBO for a television show. So Jeff, definitely, I guess look out for this if you want it. Pretty cool cover. I love Jeff Lemire. So he did some really awesome work in the last little while. So this is Age of Apocalypse #1. I got 1, 2, 3 copies of that. Usually I don't pick up books like this. I'm not really into picking up multiple copies of stuff. I might pick up 2 or 3 copies along. But what ended up happening was I was searching through some dollar bins and then I found this guy. And so what this is this is the first appearance of X-23. So not X-23 from NYX. It's not Laura Kinney. It's actually Logan and I think it's Lady Deathstrike's daughter. So it is a X-23. I guess what is it? Just an X-23 type character that, but again, more or less not a clone. This one actually was birthed. So if Logan had another child with somebody else, it's pretty cool. It's a cool issue. Definitely to look out for. Age of Apocalypse, rehashing a bit of that storyline 10 years after. So it came out for the 10th anniversary of Age of Apocalypse. So pretty cool. Like a minor key again, X-23 version. I think it's not in the 616 continuity anyway. So, but just a cool key to look out for. So this was another book I picked up. Really, just mostly a cover grab. The Ride. Adam Hughes can't go wrong with furry. Little pony action there. Just awesome Adam Hughes cover. Kind of reminds me of the old stuff by Adam Hughes. His work's kind of went downhill in the last few little whiles. I found this in a dollar bin. This is the first cover appearance of Ronin. It should be the first cover appearance of Ronin. It's a Virgin variant. It's the Virgin variant of the New Avengers #1. So cool cover to have. A Joe Quesada cover. So definitely picked it up. When I saw it, I was like, yeah, I know what that is. So you can get these all individually. They're, I think, all different types of covers. They came out to make a combined cover, but this was the Virgin one from that. This is very affordable. Even if you go on eBay right now, it's like $15 because I guess the hype of Ronin is kind of dying down and all that stuff. But also, this is the New Avengers 2005. So if they ever come out with a new team with these members, might be something you look for, right? So you never know what happens in the future. Oh, here's a big speculation book. So there's this movie Helsing that's going to come out. No, anyways, this is just a really wicked cover. Been always looking for this one, so I found this in dollar bin. It's a one shot for Van Helsing. You got Hugh Jackman on the cover. Just an awesome, you know, cover. So definitely something to look out for if you're into collecting covers that are with actors and stuff on it. Okay, so the last book from this little lot of books that I'm going to show is called Scales and Scoundrels. Just thought this was really funny. This was a good this was a good series with Image Comics again. Maybe this would be a great cartoon show. I just really funny. I just enjoyed this. It's like gives you that, like, you know, a Game of Thrones, but comical. So so that's Scales and Scoundrels. Check it out if you get a chance, if you can find a cheap copy. Anyways, last bit of books. I'm gonna show you a bit of Silver Age and my big book of the week. All right. The third and final part of the haul. All right. So this is Batman 579. This part of the haul is going to consist of some Silver Age, Bronze Age goodness. Things that I've seen in other people's videos. Anyways, things that I've just been kind of looking for. So this was quite the interesting cover. Yeah. Anyways, this was after No Man's Island or No Man's Land Batman. So this 579. Back then, Batman wasn't doing as well. So there's about 50,000 copy print run on this book. Thought it was kind of cool. The 2000 Batmans had a lower print run than most of the Batmans that are in nowadays. You know, you still get a pretty high print run, but this was this was pretty low for a Batman book. So 50,000 copies. It's a minor key, which is kind of cool. First appearance of Orca. So definitely this character here, right there. So Orca is just a minor Rogues Gallery villain. Just thought it was a cool book. Again, minor key, something to own if you want to check it out. All right, so start off with some other stuff. We got DC Comics presents Superman and the Challenger Unknown. This is DC Comics presents 84. This is a Jack Kirby cover. Just like to thank Night Tiger. He was showing off a little bit of Silver Age, Bronze Age goodness, like always, and he showed this book off. So I went around looking for a variant version of this. So this is the Canadian price variant. So 95 cents instead of 75. So just a cool book to own. Got it in a variant cover, and I love Jack Kirby's work on anything. So when you get a little bit of Jack Kirby goodness like this, it's just really nice to own it, right? So just something to look out for if you're a Jack Kirby collector. One of the reasons I got into comics was Jack Kirby. So then I picked up this Dollar Bin Jack of Hearts #1. This is the first ongoing series appearance, I guess, or his first ongoing series. It's a limited series of 4. Jack of Hearts is definitely a character I could see them using in the MCU in the future. His first appearance was in a magazine. I can't remember which one it is, but like I said, Jack of Hearts, very underrated character, really cool character. If you don't know who he is, check him out. And just some really awesome artwork. So you can't go wrong for $1. My comic book store in my area, Comic Rive Sud, was having their Saint Jean the Baptiste weekend sale. So I picked up a bunch of these books for $4. So Captain America 113. Bucky Barnes actually in this issue is actually Rick Jones. I thought that was kind of interesting. But I love this cover. This is Stranko cover. Just a really awesome Stranko cover. Been wanting to buy this for a long time, so for $4, it's definitely worth it. I picked up this Aquaman die, my love die, 39. There is a first appearance of Seth, which is some sort of Atlantean, but not a very big appearance in minor key. But really awesome Nick Candy cover. So Aquaman 39, just picked that one up. That was like $2. So another $3 book was Submariner and the Incredible Hulk Tales to Astonish 89. Just a really awesome cover. I saw this on someone's haul. I really don't remember whose haul it was. I'm so sorry, but I didn't know about this book. It's nothing. It's a nothing book, but at the same time it's a really cool, just a really cool blue cover, and I just wanted to own it just because it looks so awesome. And you can't pass up on 12 centers when they're in good price range, right? Got this for $1. This is a little bit beat up, this book too. Dazzler #10 enters Galactus. This is when Dazzler I think tries to become Galactus's herald. Anyways, good story. Just a really cool Galactus cover, so just wanted to pick that one up. Got this one, Shauna the She-Devil. This is the first appearance of Necra. Anyways, the character on the cover. Just really, really awesome cover. Wanted to get it. I think this is John Romita Senior cover. I'm not quite sure, but I think it is, or it's Junior. Anyways, but just awesome character. Gonna be looking for the #1 for this one for sure. And last but not least, I picked this up about a week ago. This is my big book of the week. Sandman, Masters of Dreams, #1. Finally was able to get a copy. I got it for a pretty good price because there's like a ding here. There's a ding there. And I got it for about $30 Canadian. So wasn't a bad deal. Really enjoy the character of Dream. Really enjoy the character of Morpheus, you know. I like a lot of the characters. Lucifer, there's so many different characters. Death is in this. There's just so many characters from Neil Gaiman's Sandman series. And I have all the other Sandmans except for the Golden Age one, right? So this was the one I really wanted to own. I didn't collect comics at the time when this was released, so 1989, 88, I think, 89. But Neil Gaiman is just a phenomenal reader and writer and all that jazz stuff. And if you read him, it's great stuff, and he never disappoints, man, Neil Gaiman. But, you know, this is a book that hasn't hit its price point at this point, so if you're still looking for this one, it's still obtainable. You can get copies out there, so it's just a book I suggest people have in their collection, at least going forward. You never know what they do with the character, and this would be an awesome movie. This would be an awesome TV show, and if it's not, it's a really good book to own either way. So, Sandman, Masters of Dreams, I guess a grail book for myself. So, I'm really happy to own this one. All right, just wanted to thank everyone once again for supporting the channel, giving the likes and the thumbs up and all that jazz. Subscribe. It's always nice to have subscribers. It's always nice to have comments. I love being able to talk back and forth and banter on stuff. Book I'm telling you, stay away from maybe this week or in the upcoming months. I would suggest to try to stay away from the Hickman book that basically is super hot at this point. If you can, I picked up a copy for $5 at a convention, one of those ones with the pink ribbons. So anyways, I don't know what the print run is on it. I know the total print run's about 80,000. I don't know how many pink ribbons were given out to each shop. I know before the FOC was announced that you were able to get as many of those pink ribbon books as possible if you're a comic book store. So just my warning for the book that's been kind of like sneaking up on there on those top 10s lists. If you can't find it for $5 or cheaper than that, I wouldn't suggest picking it up. There's still about 80,000 copies, and it was just options. So again, watch out for the speculation. I love being able to tell people about minor keys. I just don't support complete speculation on stuff where, you know, it seems like people are just pumping people's tires to get an extra sale here and there, which is fine if you want to do that with your channel and that's how you are, and that's cool. I'm not down. I'm just not down with not giving people all the information about the book. Be able to give everything about the book and, you know, and all the information that's available for a person to decide on their own if they're going to make the right, I guess, financial investment in some people's eyes for comics. If you love what you actually are buying, it's an investment for you. But if you're loving just the kind of flip and toss them and just make some cash on it, well, that's good for you too. It's part of the game, right? So but I just want to make sure it's like, yeah, people are aware out there that, you know, not all these books that are speculated or that have a little bit of you know, they've been optioned are going to be worth like $1,000 in the end. Some of the stuff doesn't add up. There's just too many copies out there. If that was true, I guess Superman. The death of Superman would be making us millions, you know, because people were speculating on that back in the day, and there were so many different other books that have been speculated on when new characters come out and they don't go anywhere. So if you look at a lot of my hauls, you'll see some first appearances you probably didn't even know about, because, you know, not every first appearance is going to be worth money. Just remember that. Be careful. Love what you collect. and just, you know, that's it. And you'll never be disappointed. That's all I gotta say. Anyways, have yourself a good day. And that Hickman book, what is it called? It doesn't matter. Anyways, you guys know what I'm talking about. Pink stuff, whatever. Hickman, tons of. Remember Outcast. That show sucked, and look what happened to that book. All right, have a good rest of your weekend, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace. Collect what you love.